This is the Investing News Network. I'm Georgia Williams, and we're here in Toronto at PDAC 2026. Joining me today is Dale Verran, CEO of Fortune Bay. Nice to meet you, Dale.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining us today. Can we start with your ticker symbol and what exchange your shares trade on?
Yeah, we trade on the TSXV under the symbol FOR, and we also trade on the OTCQB and in Frankfurt.
Lovely. It's still early in day one of PDAC, but how's the conference been so far?
I've literally just walked in, and I came early for this, but bumped into so many people along the way.
Yeah.
So got you just in time, but good energy, and obviously a very important week for the industry.
Absolutely. Fortune Bay is an exploration and development company focused on Goldfields gold project in Saskatchewan. You also have some uranium assets. Can you tell us a little bit about your asset portfolio and how you decide where to invest?
Yeah, for sure. You know, we really are a gold-focused company, and our Goldfields project in Saskatchewan is our flagship asset. We're all about developing Saskatchewan's next gold mine. We've got a tremendous asset with tremendous economics. It's now moving to a pre-feasibility stage. We're doing the permitting, we're working with communities, so that's really on track, and it's a fantastic project and a fantastic place to work in Saskatchewan. We also do have some uranium projects. We staked those a few years back, great assets. We got in before the big rush. We've put those into partners' hands. It doesn't cost our shareholders anything, but exploration's ongoing there, and there's always chance of discovery and upside for our shareholders with those assets too. And we do have a gold project in Mexico that we're looking to get to explore as well. It has a historical gold resource on as well. So we've got a whole pipeline of assets, but we're really focused on moving our Goldfields project in Saskatchewan forward this year.
And Saskatchewan, is often associated with uranium, like you said, but gold is a new one for me, so that's really exciting. But it's a great jurisdiction. The Fraser Institute's list just came out, and they're like the top Canadian mining jurisdiction, I believe. So can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to work in the province?
It's a fantastic place to work. You know, I've been working there for 12 years. Previously, I was Vice President of Exploration for Denison. Yes, it's not well known for gold, but it's got all the right geology. It's a greenstone belt, got all that older geology like you'd see in the Abitibi or in Red Lake. Same type of potential. It's seen some exploration in the past during the World War II era in the 80s and 90s. Quite a lot of gold found, but never explored to the same extent you see in places like Ontario and Quebec. So I think it's got a long way to go. It's an emerging, I think it's going to be an emerging gold jurisdiction, and it's just a great place to explore and do mining. As you said, you know, Saskatchewan now ranking number 3 globally for mining. And what's really important about the statistics for Canada and for Saskatchewan is that it's consistently ranked in the top 10 over the last 10 years. And that's what's important, because we know from exploration to development of a mine can take 10 to 15 years.
Right.
You want that stability, that transparency over long periods, and Saskatchewan is, in my opinion, the best place in the world to work.
And I think that really underscores an important point, because the Fraser Institute also looks at mining risk. And, you know, as we sort of head towards this resource nationalism that seems to be becoming the new era of mining, you want to be in jurisdictions that are, you know, pleasant and have a long mining history. So Saskatchewan, you know, couldn't be any better. Can you tell us about the permitting process that you're going through there?
Yeah, so the permitting process is really well defined, and you know the way we've scoped our asset to move to mine construction is to keep the permitting in province. You know, you can, if you have a really big operation, it will require federal review. We've elected to keep it in province because it already has an environmental approval from before. So we're working with the government. I've actually just flown in from Regina in Saskatchewan, met with the government there, and tremendous turnout. It's so nice to talk to regulators who listen and want to broaden their mineral economy in Saskatchewan, outside of uranium and potash. You know, so we're getting a lot of support from them for our project and to move forward quickly and to get Saskatchewan's next gold mine going. So very exciting. You're looking at a very stable regulatory environment. The taxation, the royalty system hasn't changed since 2006. There's nothing to change, and it's very favorable. The geology is good. There's infrastructure, collaborative communities. So it really checks all those boxes. And you're right. You know, certainly as metal prices increase, like gold and silver, you're going to see a lot of governments nationalize, take bigger royalties. You're going to see that change to capture more of that upside because metal prices have risen. So Saskatchewan will continue to be stable, transparent, and we know what we're in for. And that's how that provides investors what they need, is that stability over the long period to make an investment in a mine.
Absolutely. And you mentioned, record gold prices, commodities are doing great. Does, an all-time high gold price make it that much easier to sell your project?
For sure. Like everyone gets excited, right?
Yeah.
And it's important. It's nice to be, but you can't get too caught up and heady in this space because prices also can come down. And we've seen that so many times. So we know we have an asset that will work at half this gold price. It's still going to produce fantastic economics. We just got to keep our heads down, do the work. The gold price runs up, fantastic. If it comes off a bit, it doesn't change the picture for us. But as you know, certainly as you look at geopolitical instability, general global economics, and where we headed, I think gold will stay strong for a long time and probably continue to go up in the shorter term.
And, adjacent to your project, are there any other mineral potential that you're looking at, maybe expanding the area or doing some more drilling?
Yeah, so we've actually been doing a drilling program at the moment, exploration. We've already got a great project. We know it will be a mine.
Yeah.
And we're busy exploring some other prospects on the project. We think we can add ounces from targets that are within 2 kilometers of all our planned mine infrastructure. Those results should be coming out over the next few months, so we're really excited with the drilling we're doing and to release those assays to the market. So exciting chapter for us.
That's absolutely something to look forward to. In addition to that, is there anything else investors can be on the lookout for the rest of the year?
Yeah, it's news from our exploration, news from our technical milestones as we go to PFS, news from our permitting. There'll be some news from our uranium projects, which are going to see some exploration. Uranium's also a very exciting place to be in. Obviously, Saskatchewan, the premier jurisdiction for that. So lots happening in the company. We're well funded. So really an exciting time for us.
Yeah, and both gold and uranium are doing really well. So you picked the two best ones.
Yeah, no, fantastic commodities to work in, and fantastic for juniors as well. They're really great commodities to be for a junior company.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having us.
I'm Georgia Williams, and that was Dale Verran, CEO of Fortune Bay.